Good morning. I am on my way out the door and I thought that I would stop for just a second and take a look and see what I'm wearing and if I'm ready to head out into the real world. So this is my hobby Halloween yarn. This yarn has a story. This yarn, Halloween Universe, was sent to me from Cindy and Robert over at Pups and Crochet. I won this yarn about 2 Halloweens ago. About 2, I think. Robert snuck onto Cindy's channel and he did a trick-or-treat giveaway. And I won it, which was awesome because I was really trying to get my hands on some and I couldn't get it. Hobie ended up canceling my order and I was all bummed out because look at these colors. And there's glitter in it. Over the last 2-3 years, I have attempted many patterns with this yarn. The yarn did not want to be any of those patterns when it grew up. It refused, it kicked, it screamed, it gave me such a hard time. Not even going to share the patterns that I tried. This pattern I found on Ralvery. I put in the name of the yarn and then underneath it said you could hit like projects and this pattern came up. It is worked from the neckline in a rectangle and it is worked all the way down till you get to the length of the sleeve that you like. You attach underneath and then you work some body rows. I'm headed out to lunch with a friend. I need to pick her up. And I decided to wear this today. There'll be lots of photo opportunities, so hang on. After this video, I'll add some clips today, and then at the end, I'll throw in some pictures. I have a trick-or-treat gift for her. My friend Angela from high school absolutely loves Nightmare Before Christmas. So I made her some earrings to go with a outfit that she told me that she might possibly be wearing today. So I got the earring fixtures. There's Zero. He is a ghost dog. Here's a picture. Cute. And then I did a mashup. I was really struggling to get just the face on Oogie Boogie. And then I remembered that there are some 3 little kids, naughty little children that are trick-or-treat children and they have masks on. And I thought, what an awesome mashup. So it's Oogie Boogie, but he's wearing one of the masks like the kids. Because I could not stitch his little face onto that tiny little star after I got the body shaping done. I artistically overcame the challenge, right? I hope so. I am getting ready to head out the door, and I will be back to check on you in just a few minutes. Let's take a drive. 24 hours later. I had such a good time yesterday. So when I left here, I took Lily to school and then I drove over to American Canyon. Beautiful little community. On the way to my friend Angela's house, I drove through a little neighborhood and they have an amazing community center. I highly encouraged her to go over there and check it out. She said they have a swimming pool and she's not sure about the other activities they have going on. But it's a nice big build. you know what? They got to have some bingo money over there. I think playing bingo would be so much fun. I've been a few times, but I definitely think I'm going to join the bingo crowd when my schedule frees up. I don't know. I enjoy a good game of bingo. I might have to look into that when I'm looking for another hobby, right? Picked her up. We had an amazing conversation. We drove about an hour north. It's really far out of the way. But she told me the other day that she'd never been to a Cracker Barrel. I love Cracker Barrel. Just the whole experience of it. The going in, all the shopping, all the souvenirs. They had some, as soon as you walk in the door, they have some huge little. They're about waist high. They're huge. They're little skeletons. Said it again. They look like little kids, but they're skeletons. So they're huge. They're not little. They have an amazing Halloween display. They have some jars with lights that light up, and then it looks like lava lamp goo in them with little spiders in there or little bones, and they look like medical jars all lined up. Fascinating. Oh, it looks so neat. And of course, I think the thing that I enjoy most about Cracker Barrel is their salt and pepper shakers. I have a weird obsession with salt and pepper shakers. When I go thrifting or to the flea markets or out and about enjoying a day, if I see a salt and pepper shaker, salt or pepper shaker by themselves, I love to bring them home and put them with my misfit salt and peppers up there. None of them match, but they all match when you get them together. Cracker Barrel lets you buy one or the set if you want the set. They had little tiny cans of cranberry sauce, and then in another little basket, their displays are beautiful too. In another little basket, they had little cranberry, like when you shake it out of the can and it still has like the little ridges on it. They're so cute. And that was like more in a fall Thanksgiving kind of display. In the Halloween section, they had little pumpkins. They had little brains. They were, I don't know, size of a walnut probably. Oh, they're so cute. Had a great time. I picked up the candy sticks, the sugar sticks with all the flavors. I know, I was just talking about my blood sugar being so good and right on point. My family loves them. So last time, I believe I was in LA on my way home and I stopped at Cracker Barrel and I bought one stick of each flavor. I don't know, they have like easily 40 flavors of sticks. But so I bought one of each one. They're $5 for $1, I think. Just a little something I thought of you on my road trip kind of idea. About one of each flavor. And they started arguing over the flavors when I got home. So I narrowed down. So whatever flavors that were left over that no one was arguing over, I didn't get those this time. But I got 2 of all the other flavors. So I think I ended up with like 30 sticks of sugar. They'll enjoy them. They'll eat them. When we talked at lunch, sat there for way too long, drank too many Diet Cokes, and realized that I needed to get my butt home. I was pretty far from home. I was about 2 hours from home. An hour out to the restaurant. She doesn't drive, so it was an hour to her house and an hour to the restaurant. And I needed to get my butt home because Ryan, my little wrestler, had a meet on Wednesday evening. So had wonderful conversation. Didn't get to stop at the library. Didn't get to go thrifting. I had big plans. We were going to stop at the produce. We were gonna. We had amazing conversation. It feels so good to sit with an old friend and get just catch up, just talk at leisure and just relax. I love car chats. When I'm in the car by myself, the music is way up and I'm just hopping down the road. So I did that all the way home and got home with plenty of time. One of the other moms in the wrestling sent me a text message. So yesterday was a home game, so it's just right across the street. And she said, oh, the gym's filling up fast, the seating's filling up. And she said, I'll save you a spot. I thought, well, last time we went to an away game, there were a lot of parents that had like the fold up lawn chairs. Somewhere in this messy, jam-packed garage, I know I have some lawn chairs. I ended up taking the folding chair that we use at Thanksgiving. It's light, and I just took it right across the street, and I got to sit by one of the open doors, which was really nice because I could get a breeze while I watched all them sweaty kids rolling around on the mats. We got an odd number of kids in the groups. So the last Wednesday when we went to the away, I don't know if they call them away games, away meets, it's wrestling. We're new to wrestling. We're a boxing family, but now we're becoming a wrestling family. It'll work. What was I saying? Oh, we were odd. So Ryan only got to wrestle, I think every kid gets like typically 2-3 times on the mat. He only got 1 time on the mat. And so the coach told him he's a very good sport about it. I was a little grumpy about it, but Ryan was a very good sport about it, and the coach promised him that he'd make it up to him. So yesterday he got on the mat 3 times. Wrestling's kind of an odd sport. I don't know how they score it, or sometimes there's an obvious winner. They get the kid down on their back, and as soon as both shoulder blades hit the ground, the judge smacks their hand down on the mat and it's over. You lost. But if there's not a clear winner, I don't know how they get points on it, but they do determine a winner at the end. But Ryan wasn't bummed out that he lost 3 times. But it wasn't like a real lose. He's got this technique where he's doing good, he's going great, but when he really does feel like, oof, I'm out of energy and the kid's gonna pin me down, if he gets to a point where he's on his belly, he starfishes out, throws out his arms, throws out his legs, and can't move him. You can't move him. Every kid has tried. I watch him do this over and over again. They can't flip him over. He's starfish stuck down to the mat. And they can't flip him over. So he times out. And the other kid ends up winning. But it's kind of like A for effort. You didn't win. Not really. But that doesn't matter. He's having a great time. He really is. Every Wednesday, so he practices Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and then Wednesday we have games. And it's a really short season. I think there's only like 6 schools we're going to. We're already 2 in. Definitely taking my lawn chair. You didn't come to hear about wrestling. Definitely take my lawn chair next time. And yesterday, since we went to lunch, I had on my new Halloween. And when I was sitting there, there were these 2 itty-bitty little kids. They were just babies, under 1. Maybe the little guy was 1, possibly. But the little girl was not 1. She could walk, though. And she was toddlering around. And she kept going all the way from her mom, all the way across the short end of the gym over. And she's walks around, kind of, my back's kind of facing where they were sitting. And she'd walk over and touch my shiny sparkly in my wrap. Oh, she loved it. And the mom kept coming, I'm so sorry. I was like, no, thank you, I made it. No, it's just pure compliment. Absolute compliment. From just a little baby that didn't even know how to say shiny, sparkly, cool. I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that. Then we came home and everybody's tired and hungry and it was warm and made dinner and lazied around, and I called it an early night. I was tired after the overnight and the short little sleep and then going on my adventure and wrestling. Oh, I had a good day. It's packed full of good stuff. Today is a leisure morning. Thank you for joining me here on my couch. I always appreciate spending time with you. I have been sipping on coffee. I got my autumn mugs off the top shelf. I've been working on my Ellen's crochet pattern. This is Nelle's cape. Between a shawl, a wrap, and a cape, this is Nelle's wonderful. And look at that texture. So this is my Caron 1 pound. I think it's called denim, but I chose it because this color is not necessarily in my cake. It complements and it comes very close to this section. It is not the same. And I wanted, because it's got these two beautiful sections of texture stitching, and on Nelle, it shows right at her shoulder seam is the second set of a ridge row. And right where it hits Nelle, the rest of the part just flows down. Absolutely beautiful pattern, wonderfully written. And I knew that this was going to be what is it? Roll With It Melange, red heart. I knew that it was going to be a little drapier, so I wanted something a tiny bit heftier, bulkier, stiffer to work my collar piece before I start in with the pretty colors. You can still see the texture. So we're alternating stitch patterns here. We have a cross stitch and a double crochet. Don't want to give too much of the pattern, but it is marvelously written. Marvelously. Words. Had a leisure morning. To start every row, a lot of patterns just do double crochet, chain 2, chain 3, double crochet, start going down your row. Ellen has decided that her pattern should start with a stacked single crochet. Look at that edge. That is a good, clean, solid edge. Let me see. Oh, this one doesn't do it because I did all the single crochets down it to hide that edge. You can, but it's not even necessary, really. Usually when you do a chain or a double crochet and then you double crochet in the next, it makes that a little bit of a window gap. This is such a beautiful transition for a row. We've got stacked singles on there. It looks really good. I am impressed with this pattern. How far did I get? I've got, is the neckline up here, and I'm down to here. I'm doing the alternating rows. Not much of this skin, this ball, this cake left. Working on that. I got 2 more cakes, so it's gonna be a nice big wrappy one. Another thing that I really like, so it's written in 5 sections. This front panel is growing perfectly. It meets in the middle if you wanted it to. There's the space for, a button, an accent piece, a closure of some kind. But then that first panel on the first half and then the second half, the collar panels, it's growing perfectly from here to here. Nice and wide. So you're really going to be able to cozy into it. I have my combing jacket on this morning. My combing jacket. Took Lily to school, and it was a tiny bit chilly. Probably not. It's probably my imagination from being over 100 degrees days and days in a row. So in my mind, I wanted to put on something cozy so that I could take her to school, come home, and just sit for a bit. Just sit and relax. What's today like? Today I have a 12 to 4 shift, and then I need to cook dinner. This family wants to eat dinner like every single night. I got to come up with new ideas or something to cook for them. We'll see. What are you making for dinner tonight? You making something delicious? Please comment below and tell me what you're planning on having for dinner tonight. I am fresh out of ideas. I need to know something I could make half an hour to an hour to cook it and serve it. It's hot. My usual go-to is the casseroles, and that's still about, I don't know, a month away. Well, thank you for joining me. I definitely appreciate your time and visiting with me, and I will see you later. Bye.